Hello everyone and welcome to Roll by Rolls. I am your Dungeon Master Richard Barlow and we are just about to get right back into it. First, a quick recap of what happened last week. So the gang was exploring Port Victor after the undead pirates had come and attacked them. And they found a lot of the townsfolk were attacked and murdered. Many people dead, many people injured. When they explored the town, they found a map in Mayor Reinhardt's office that they think might lead them to some answers if they go and explore some of the islands that are on this map. So they just went, they found their ship, a ship to call their very own. They are discussing a name for it, and that is where we left them, and so that is where we are going to get right back into it. I hope you enjoy. Cool, so you are on Lady Chuck. And what do you want to do?
Yeah. I use prestidigitation to use light to change the side name, and it's going to say Lady Chuck now, so instead of the L, it's just written over it in cursive as a CH.
Okay.
We could take votes later, we could change the name.
That's very democratic. It's fine.
I changed the U to an A, so now it's Lady Chank, and I start giggling to myself.
No, it's a good compromise. Hank isn't like Hank. It's fine. Like
Hank is just like Hank, just like with a chick.
I think it's the least of our worries. I don't know how to run a ship this big.
Oh.
That should be our main concern.
Well, I mean, there has to be morale. Right. Anybody know anything about knots?
I think a little about.
Speed or rope?
Wow, you already know way more than that.
Sorry, what?
Are we tying? What are you talking about?
I meant rope, because there
later-
seems to be a lot of it, and
later just
I
know
know about
a
knots.
bit about ships. Like, she just hasn't really been on one this size before, so she goes to the back. She starts using her shapewater to kind of like put a flow of them in a decent direction. And I think maybe I can't do that with prestidigitation. Maybe.
What are you trying to do?
We don't even know how to sail this thing. We just use magic.
Yes. So with prestidigitation, you can do harmless things.
But they only last for a very short time.
Yeah, a very short time. But it says that you could light or snuff out a candle, which implies to me that you could do like some wind manipulation, not a lot.
Snuff or blow a candle kind of wind is like,
That's
is
what
like
I'm
blowing
trying
on
to
the
do.
sails.
I'm not saying it'll work, but she is moving the water behind the
Okay,
boat.
so
all my hope has been dashed.
doing that and moving the water, you move like the slowest possible speed that a ship could move.
Well,
Like you can sense that you are now going forward, but like only if you really pay attention to like, are we moving?
this is probably less effective than rowing.
Is this thing driven by wind? Does it have like a?
If
Before
it
we
sails.
move,
That sails.
can we do a sweep of the ship?
Sure, that's a good idea. I start climbing.
Okay.
He climbs to this first little lookout at the front of the ship.
Crow's nest.
Crow's nest.
Okay. And roll. And are you looking for anything specific up there, or just kind of looking?
Just looking.
Perception.
Because I don't think he's looking for anything specific. A 6.
A 6. It's really high up here.
The view is great!
I go up to the steering wheel.
Yeah.
What are those called on ships?
I forget at this
Wow,
time
none of
and
us-
place.
They have a word on
Yeah,
the
they
steering
do,
wheel.
yeah.
Don't they?
I can't think
I'm
of it.
googling it.
Am I strong enough to turn it?
It's called
Yeah.
a ship's wheel.
Well, look at
I go
that.
up to the ship's wheel.
Yeah, you can turn it. It like take. Oh, I'll do a strength check actually.
What's the DC?
DC will just be a 10.
I got a 4.
All right. Yeah. No, you don't really. Like you can move it like slightly to the left and right, but like you're not turning this thing.
Okay. Well, someone can steer it. I think over here, and I think we need to move the sails. I like lick my finger. and hold it up to the wind, right? That's what we have to do. You steer with that thing, and it's wind powered. Is there a furnace? Is it that kind of ship? Does
What?
it use steam?
No, I don't think it'd have sails if it used steam. I don't know.
I mean, most ships have sails as a backup measure.
Oh, well, see, I don't know that much.
You know
ships.
so much, Kelly.
Most
This is not good.
Most likely there are long paddles on the side in case the crew were to get to a non-winded area. So there should be very long paddles. There are sails. This appears to be a sailing ship to me. And then often you're pushed by the waves. That is basic what you would know about a sailing ship.
Okay, like I live in a landlocked town.
No,
so-
I'm not trying to talk down to you. I just mean this is what I know.
Okay.
Okay, Greta just goes up to, like, investigating because she's near the wheel. And she's like, well, you know what? In times like this, Dolores says, steer by faith and not by knowing how to drive a boat.
Do you think Laura meant that literally?
It's a translation.
Is that like verbatim what you said to me?
And then can I roll a pure luck just to see if I can drive this boat? Or is it like a vehicle check?
What? It would be a vehicle, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
You shot me.
That was just in real life. It was not in the actual game. Just
I want to try it again.
The cannons on this model ship are functional, and they just learned that.
wow.
Okay. Do I add anything to that? Like a skill to that?
Do performance.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to look for an anchor.
It's a
Yeah.
6.
Over there.
No, you have no idea how to steer this.
Okay.
Children.
Alright, we're having a cannon fight here.
the boat around.
What do you roll?
Is this a disadvantage still?
Yes.
3.
3? You have no idea what's going on. You're seasick right now.
Okay.
Ooh.
Drinking and sailing over.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to the side.
Yeah, you're over the side.
Dietrich sees her and is like,
Hey, while you're over the
Can
side,
I-
do you see an anchor?
Can I do a check? Because, like, I've traveled on boats
Yeah.
before. I've observed. I just haven't done it. What am I, what would I be checking?
What are you looking for?
I don't know, like a survival?
Like a vehicle. What do you?
Like an insight? I'm not really sure.
I
Should
don't.
we decide where we're going
Like, just like the
first?
basics of, like, okay, I've seen people do this.
You
When
just
this
wanted like
happens.
what you know about the ship. That's all you're rolling.
Yeah.
Okay, just do a. Do a history. That's in your history.
10.
10? Okay, so you know where the anchor is when they're talking about it. And anyone who were to roll higher than a 5 or have anything better other than drunk girl over here.
Sick.
Anchor is up front. There's
Okay.
like the little turning
Ah,
thing.
yes, I see it.
So that's the anchor. And then you see in the middle of the ship is the like grate that opens up to lead to the lower half of the ship. There is also a latch up here to lead to the lower half. From what you know about ships, the sails are not in the place where they need to be to go. Like they're not
Oh,
set
they're-
up
they're
to
not-
catch the wind right now.
Like is it furled? Like they're...
Yeah, they're not like fully down. Like someone might be confused looking at it to be like, "Why aren't we moving?" Because
Yeah.
they're not fully like folded up or anything.
Okay,
But
it's just not enough
they're
to catch
not.
wind.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. We should go do a sweep of the below decks.
Cool.
I would like to vomit to try and get some alcohol out of my system.
Okay.
That's not how it works.
I was
It's
gonna
in your
say.
blood.
It does a lady.
She's a
know
cook,
that?
not a scientist.
Just
You think I know this?
just do a straight D20 roll.
The 2.
You're throwing up, but you're not feeling any better.
Oh, I feel worse.
Gray just turns to Ruth. I think she might have a problem.
Yep.
We all have a problem.
Okay, you guys are. What are you doing? You're checking the ship.
Yes.
Okay.
Dietrich is still
Just to see, like
Okay.
looking for if there's anyone else on the ship. Because
Okay.
I know it.
So since you're looking for something specific, you can do an investigation.
Okay.
I'm going to take a nap.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for like
You
a-
are not.
So downstairs there are like bunks. They're very like just like there's just bunks down
Perfect. I just need to. I need to sleep.
Okay. I'm looking for like an instruction manual.
Room.
there. Roll for investigation.
What?
What was I doing?
You were
Was I doing
investigating.
investigation?
Yeah.
Okay, 20.
20? Okay. Okay, so you find nothing. Greya finds no instruction manual. Keladir, you are looking. The place seems pretty empty. Like, very empty.
Okay.
Like this.
Suspiciously empty?
Well, like, not. Yeah, kind of. You can tell that this thing was ransacked. Like, everything that was on here is gone.
Okay.
When you're downstairs, you do see there's like a few barrels. You go to check the one barrel. It's like you can tell it's completely empty. You check the second barrel, also completely empty. Before you get to the third barrel, you hear from inside it just kind of like a sound.
Don't like that.
Maybe it's like I'm asleep, so I'm not.
You just went right to sleep.
Are there any other, like, crates in this room or anything?
That's it. Everything else is like there's like scraps of like there was like some straw down here. There was some rope down here. Like there's like scraps on the ground of things. But like I said, like this place has been cleared out.
Okay.
There's like a few barrels. Every barrel you checked, totally empty. You heard something from the one barrel, but you haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. I'm going to... Did anyone come down with me?
I came down but went to sleep.
Oh, no. I'm not letting you go to sleep. Before the ship is back.
What do you mean?
No.
Okay, so
I don't know if you did or not, but I told
I'm
you
awake
off
with
for it.
Keladir, I guess.
I told you off for it. I don't know if you actually did or not.
I went to sleep.
You would say-
Unbelievable. Okay.
Okay.
Guys, he's so tired. No, he's gonna. He is going to call up through the grate. Yeah, no, he's just going to call everyone to him. Except for Rune.
Okay, so Greya will run over.
Rune sleeps peacefully.
okay. Dietrich wouldn't hear you. You're
Okay.
still up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
no.
Lada's throwing up.
Lada's
Yeah.
throwing up. So Greya joins you.
Unreliable crew.
Oh, can I wave?
Greya hears
Can I
you.
wave at Dietrich? Can Greya wave at
Here's the
Dietrich?
thing.
Or
Dietrich is probably in the crow's nest, like with the wind in his hair, eyes closed.
okay, so Greya tries to wave, sees this. Never mind, and then just goes down under. Yeah, it's just me. Everyone
Just
else
you?
is otherwise occupied.
Occupied.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you back me up? I think there's something in one of the barrels down here. I'm gonna open it.
Okay.
Okay.
As you say that, you hear again.
Okay, so I ready my spell.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my longsword and I'm gonna kick the barrel over.
Okay. To give a strength check to kick it over.
Why am I a weak boy? 7.
7. So you don't kick it over, but there's something in there. But when you kick it, you hear.
Ooh.
Was that supposed to happen?
I don't know. Someone in there?
No.
I'm gonna bang on it with my hilt and come out.
So you bang on it, and then the top of the barrel lifts up, and like a little face, like just like the top of the eyes pop out, and you hear a voice just be like, is occupied. And he goes down, and he lowers back down.
Can I try to like grab him by like the collar and yank him?
He didn't come up far enough for you to grab the collar. Just the lid came up with his eyes.
Okay, and I just yell,
He's
Hi,
just
I'm Greya. What's your name?
flabbergasted.
He doesn't answer. He just slides back down.
Like, does he like go down with like the lid?
Yeah. Like the lid, he didn't like bring the lid up with his hands. It was with his head. So like the lid was a little hat, and then he went back down.
Just flabbergasted. He's gonna punch. Can he pull off the lid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Pull off the lid.
So Keldir pulls off the lid, and you see like a little bearded man in there holding a dagger, like looking terrified up at you.
Okay. We're not here to raid you, so you can put down the dagger.
He just stares at you.
Okay. I'm going to back up,
Okay.
and you can come out. I'm going to leave the room. Are you going to leave your barrel?
There's like an uncomfortable amount of silence, and he just goes, maybe.
You can come out of the barrel if you want, but if you don't want, you don't have to. But you probably should.
You just hear him be like, are they all gone?
There's no one else on the ship. Well,
I mean, we're
What's
here.
well?
Well, we're here. Like us.
we found this abandoned ship.
Although it's not abandoned, because you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Is it only you here?
I don't know.
Why don't you come out?
So he does, like, he comes out, like, to his, like, the barrel's still covering his chin, but the rest of his head is out. And he's like, who are you?
I'm Grail. What's your name?
William.
Hi, William. It's nice to meet you.
William, I am Keldir Vindar.
You seem a lot nicer than the other ones who came.
Who was here before?
Skeletons.
Oh, no.
Zombies.
Yes.
Yeah, we got some of those, too.
We're in Port Victor and we just fought off a undead raid. We are not with them.
They went there too.
They did.
Oh,
They ransacked the entire town.
Okay, so you see his one hand come up on top of the barrel and the other.
You know, I'm proud of William.
And so he starts pulling himself up. He really struggles to get out of this barrel. You can tell that like the reason you only saw that part of his face is that's how tall he is.
Oh.
He's a little man.
William, can I help you?
No, I can do it. It's fine. And he's just like struggling so much. Like you can hear his feet like kicking to get out of the barrel, and he's like pulling himself up and like kicking.
There's no
and then
shame in it, William.
eventually the barrel just falls forward, and he like crawls out and stands up and like dusts himself off, like nothing happened.
Is he a halfling or is he?
what do we
He's little,
Okay.
but that's all you can tell right now.
Okay,
So far,
good.
everyone Keldir has met on this thing has been little, so it's par for the course.
So you see little William
Oh.
right there. So he's got a big beard. He has his dagger like in a hilt. It looks like that's his like sword, but it's just a dagger. That's all he has. And he is in like just common clothing, and he looks very, very scared.
How long have you been in that barrel, William?
A few days at least.
Are you part of the crew of the Lady Chink?
The what?
Well, I mean, what Chink's...
The Lady Luck.
Lady Luck, yes.
Yeah, I was part of the crew of the Lady Luck.
We changed the name. It's the Lady Chink now.
I hate it. This ship will always be the Lady Luck to me.
It was a compromise. Chink is a very pretty name.
I mean, sure, where you're from, it's probably a lovely name. It ain't here. So you see, he just like kind of loosens up a little bit, and he comes up to you and like goes to shake your hand, and he like he has to reach up.
Okay.
Like
I'll shake his hand.
okay, and then he goes and he is a little taller than you still, but like pretty much at your level.
Okay. Nice to meet you, William. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from everywhere. I don't really have a port of home. I'm from here, from the Lady Luck.
Where were you headed when you ended up in the barrel?
We were just going on our regular rounds, and then we were overtaken by these, as I said, skeletons and undead, and I'm not much of a fighter. Look at me, I can't take on much. So I hid in one of these barrels. Luckily they left before they got to these barrels. So I survived, and based on the silence I've heard over the last couple of days, I don't think anyone else did.
Do you want to sweep the ship with us and look for the rest of your crewmates?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
Alright, we'll let you lead the way.
Okay. So he takes you on a tour of the bunks, like kind of so along the side of the ships are the bunks.
We see Rune sleeping.
Yeah. He like pauses and looks at you, and as he like goes over you, he's just like, no, don't know her.
No, she's,
Oh no, she's one of ours.
she's with us.
So then you go to the back. Actually, no, he was in the back. You go to the front, and there's just like the cannons are still there, and like I said, like the ship is pretty stripped clean. Like he kind of, as he's leading you around, says what was there.
So like there's no provisions left.
There's nothing.
What do the undead want with provisions? Okay.
So yeah, and then he takes you up top, shows you where the anchor is, even though you already knew that, and kind of like points out to the different parts of the ship and just kind of lets you know what those are.
William, what was your role in the ship?
Honestly, I just cleaned mostly, but we all took our turns with everything. We were a pretty tight crew.
How big of a crew?
There were roughly 10 of us.
Okay.
People would come and go sometimes. We weren't, you were free to live your life.
What
You
was,
didn't want to be here anymore, you could leave.
what was your captain's name?
Captain Derek.
It's not one of those? No, it's not.
Were you headed to Port Victor when you were attacked? Because ships don't really dock there, is what we heard.
We've been to Port Victor. If we're at Port Victor, though, I coasted quite a while. That is not where we were when we got attacked. We were out on the car.
Out on the what? Sorry.
The Nekkar Sea.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where we were.
Sorry, the accent. I'm not used to different accents yet. This is my first time out of my my temple. I was raised in a temple. It's a long story. Anyhow, okay. So yeah, we're out by Port Victor. We've just left that port. Do you happen to know how to drive the ship?
I don't know how she works, but like, I can't do it myself.
Oh no, we've
I
got
can't
friends.
reach anything, but like,
But you know the
I know how
workings.
she operates. I could give you directions on how to do it.
William, you just got upgraded to first mate.
He like smiles, but also like you see his eyes water a little bit. And like you can't quite tell if it's like happy tears that are filling his
What
eyes
is this emotion?
or like or sadness. But he smiles and his eyes start to water. He's like, I've never been a first mate before.
Okay.
I hope I'm as good as Thomas was.
Oh no.
I'm sure you will be. R.I.P. Thomas.
Now he's
GG,
just crying.
Thomas.
Now his eyes aren't just water, like he has some tears coming down, but he's trying like so hard
Together.
to keep it together.
Okay.
And like he takes his little hands and like wipes away the tears.
This tiny man. Okay.
Greya hugs him.
Oh.
He breaks down. He totally is crying in your arms.
Greya cries too. Okay.
Kellier's just gonna like pat him on the back. Not awkwardly. just like,
So he only does this like very quickly, and then like again like breaks apart and like wipes away, like seriously tries to wipe away all the tears and like be a tough guy.
I think we should call everyone together and set a course because I think there's some time crunch going on here. So we should set a course and get going.
I think we should get William fed first of all.
Oh yeah.
Where's our cook?
Oh yeah, as you say that, you hear the sound that you heard in the barrel from his stomach.
Yes. Alright, let's go find Alita.
All right.
Oh, that's what you meant by.
He's like,
Otherwise,
that one's gonna feed me. I don't know, I want her to feed me.
I'm not sick. Who's that?
But I'm not sick. I just.
You look pretty sick.
Not contagious. I was just drinking.
I've been there. Yeah, we've had a few of those nights here. And by a few, I mean like every night.
It's been one of those days.
Oh, God bless you.
So she fully will hand him the wine.
He chugs it.
No, not on my
It's gone.
stomach. Okay.
It's like
He's not drunk though. That's like
there was only a
a
half
sliver of what they normally drink.
Maybe you should eat first.
Food would be good.
The stew is cold, but it's good.
there's still stew. It's real good stew.
Cool. So do you still have like the pot sitting somewhere?
Yeah. No, it was sealed. It's fine. It's just cold.
He won't care.
Yeah. Scott's gonna be.
He goes up and he like just with his hands goes in and just he's scooping the chowder and just eating it right there and like just going to town on
I'm
it.
too sick to care. I give up.
I'm going to take it away from him. That's good. That's good for now. You're gonna make yourself sick. Journal on the railing.
Hi, I'm Ada.
I'm William.
Does he extend his hand?
Yeah, he extends his little hand.
It's covered in chowder. He
Yeah.
does not take it.
He goes, oh, sorry. He wipes the chowder off on his pants and then extends his hand again.
Elena goes over the side of the boat and throws it out.
Okay.
Okay.
He just licks his fingers from what's left.
Dietrich loves him. Dietrich doesn't even know him. He loves him.
Is Dietrich down?
He's not watching.
Okay, so maybe we call up to Dietrich? Like, Dietrich! How loudly do we have to call up?
Pretty loud.
Oh.
Dietrich is like the calmest you've ever seen.
I mean, I have to do a spell.
Chilled out. And
Okay,
Rune.
so
You should get Rune.
William will go to you and he'll be like, so you want to go somewhere? You want to take the Lady Luck?
We do. We haven't set a course or even.
We should.
Well, we need to know where we're going before I can tell you how to steer the ship there.
The ship has just been floating. Can we drop anchor while we figure out where we're going?
He looks over and sees that the anchor's up and he goes, oh, blimey! And he runs over and, like, puts down the anchor.
Okay. So, Gray's gonna go get Rune.
Okay.
Because Rune has the map.
But I was asleep.
Rune, this has been, like, half an hour. So, like, you were...
It's not even a short rest.
Yeah.
I was trying to replenish my spells.
Wake up!
What?
We need the map!
Can you just...
We found a man! He was in a barrel!
While you were sleeping.
Is he dead?
No, he's alive! And he can help us drive the ship.
As they're saying this, William just comes down and, like
Who are
joins
you?
Oh, I'm William. He extends his, like, half
He was in a
saliva,
barrel.
half chowder hand.
I cast prestidigitation on his hand to clean it.
He looks at his clean hand. He goes, ah!
Ah!
It's cleaner than it's ever been.
And he's like, that's what my nails are supposed to look like.
Apparently, Rune
He shakes your hand.
shakes hands.
And
Hi.
he says, so you've got a map.
Yeah, I have a map, and I unfurl the map, and I show it to him.
So he looks at it and he goes, well, this is Nekkar.
Great! Where's Nekkar?
The sea. This is everything you see out there. That's Nekkar.
Oh.
Are we on the car currently?
We are on the sea, the Nekkar Sea, yeah.
Is Port Victor on an island?
Well, and he
still
shows
doesn't
you.
know. Like,
He like points to the map. Can you hold the ship?
in her element.
So I'm gonna come around. Hold on. So pointing the map, he says, "So we're right around here. Port Victor is not on this map. Judging by where Port Victor was when I went up there, we're like this side of the map. We're like to the west, but off the map to the south.
Okay.
So if you look out, your mate that's up in the crow's nest, he might be able to see a couple islands. these ones are closest to us. And then those are way out there. I am more than willing to go with you wherever you want to go, unless you're going to this middle guy right here.
Oh, that's the skull, isn't it?
And why's that?
Look, I've never been there. I've only heard stories. All I know is in the middle is what's called Journey's End,
Yep.
and very few who have gone there have come back.
Okay.
So maybe we go there last.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
If we have to go at all. Because if they need all the bangles, then we just need to get one of them, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, the nearest island is Anuridae.
Is there a port that we can head to on any other day?
What's that?
Is there a port that Lily knows about?
There are places to put... There's no ports there. These islands aren't, like, inhabited, I don't know, by, like, people. They're pretty empty islands. Few of them have, like, animals and stuff. There is the occasional person that tries to stay there, tries to live there, but there's nothing there. So, like, there's no official ports, but there is normally a place if you were to stop your ship within distance of it that you could take a small vessel and dock it. Not an official dock, but like you could pull it up on land and you could get off there.
Okay, and then I asked William, have you ever heard of a captain called Reinhardt?
The name sounds familiar, yeah. He, much before my time. I know Mayor Reinhardt. I imagine he's the same guy. I never met him, but we stopped off in Port Victor every now and then, and the townsfolk seem to really like him.
And then I'll ask about all the other captain names. Are these like famous captains that you've ever heard of?
Yeah, they're what most pirates strive to be. They were the best of the best. Long time ago. I don't know much about them. I just know, you know, if you were a pirate, you didn't want to be against them.
Okay. So they're probably not alive anymore? Or could they be?
There is a legend about those captains, and they all went their separate way. You can put the ship down now if you want. They all went their separate ways after some grand adventure. A lot of people say the reason Journey's End is so dangerous and the reason it's only contained on that island is because of these captains. I don't know what happened afterwards. I just know that they did something and then they went their separate ways. It's weird because all the stories about them, they were a crew. Like they were like a fleet. They all had their own ship. They're all captains of their own ship. And they stuck together. So why they separated, I don't know. That's never been talked about before.
Okay, well, I think we might have an idea. But it's a scary thought. So I guess onwards and upwards. Which island do we want to go to first?
Hold on. None of these islands are inhabited. We have hardly any provisions.
Well, we brought lots. This is more food than I've ever seen in my life.
We brought a picnic basket.
Yeah.
2 chains.
Yeah.
7 blankets.
I've never seen more provisions at any
5
point in my
pillows.
life.
There's ways to get things when you're out on the sea.
And what are those?
I'm not a huge fan of it.
3 pirate hats.
I really like your hats. My crew wasn't a big fan of it. It's kind of, I think, why we were easily picked off. If you want to be real pirates, and you need things, you find other ships and you take them.
Oh, well, I don't like that, but we could, like, fish and things. There
We
are
can
animals.
fish.
Is there another town nearby? Are you familiar with the area?
Not nearby here. Port Victor's the only one for a long, long time.
Is there vegetation on the islands?
There is vegetation on most of them, some of them no.
Okay.
So
we can make
you
food.
have been sailing the Sea of Nekkar you have not been taking other ships. What have you been doing? How have you been surviving?
My crew, we were kind of like treasure hunters. We refused to kill other pirates. We refused to pillage ships. But if ships were sunken, if ships were damaged and there was no one on them, we'd take what we wanted.
Did you run across that often?
Enough. We went around the outskirts of Journey's End. We never wanted to get too close, but sometimes there were abandoned ships. Sometimes we could see that there was, in a place that's a little more shallow, there was a sunken ship, so some of us would dive down, see what we could.
And how often do you ever run into ships of undead like you had?
This was the first.
Have you heard of it before?
No.
Sounds like a pickle.
I don't know if we have much of a choice. I think we have to go somewhere. Otherwise, we'll just keep floating.
I say that nearest island that we just let's go for a near a day.
How far of a journey is that?
Well, I'll kind of try to explain how maps work. And then Richard, out of character and just DMing, is going to explain to you how traveling on this map is going to work.
Okay.
So, whenever you set sail, whoever is captain will roll to see how successful they are in directing the ship.
Oh.
And I'll explain that when you actually get to it.
I'm gonna die.
If you make it 8 spaces without anything happening to you, that's a long rest. You get fully long rested. 4 spaces would be a short rest. So I forget, I have it all written down over here, I think, what the rolls are. A nat 20, you go exactly where you want. Long rest, you're there, no problems getting there.
And that one?
And that one, everything's gonna happen to you.
Sink the
No.
ship.
So basically, spaces wise, you will pick the space you want to take. A 15 to a 19, you pick space by space. 10 to 14, the space you pick, you will also occupy the 2 spaces on either side of you. And then, what was that? That was so 5 to 9 is another space wide on either side, and
1 to 5? 1 to 4?
2 to 4
2 to 4. Oh.
is another space. So basically, it just keeps getting wider, and that's how much space you occupy. I have the same thing here, written down what's waiting for you. So sometimes, based on how you roll, you can easily make it there with a long rest. Sometimes you're going to run into things. A nat 1, I will look at the map, and whatever the worst thing is on the way there, that is what you will run into. As far as ship battles go, I didn't tell you guys this before, but when we take a break, you can figure it out. You have all leveled up from the tavern fight, so you're all level 4 now. 4 ship battles equals a level up, equals a milestone.
Okay.
Because you might run into too many of them for me to say you level up after each battle.
I hope not.
Scary.
So that way you can also choose if you want to like video game it and grind and level. But that is also, depending on what you run into, you might be fighting different ships and pirates. That's where you can get some items. Some things are not going to have items for you.
Right.
If it is a ship battle, I'll wait since I give you a lot of information. If you get to a ship battle, I'll explain how that works.
Okay.
Okay.
Scary, we're pirates.
The most reluctant pirates.
Super reluctant pirates.
Also, if you pick one captain to always captain your ship, after a while they will start having advantage on the rolls to get you to an island because they're going to start getting...
Rather than keep switching captains
Because they'll have
out.
skills.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I think William's.
William cannot captain. He cannot reach the wheel and see where he's going, and it's just, he can't.
Well, that's a big decision for me. Sorry, I just yawned.
And that's, I think that's the gist of it.
Felix, you're probably gonna have to go over that a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to put that in our Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is... But you guys know, like, there's not going to be any problem ever setting up the sales or anything like that, because you do have William now.
Okay.
He can show you all of that.
Awesome.
It's just more of
So how much of this is going to be us figuring it out how to drive this ship?
Yeah, he can direct you how to do everything. Certain tasks he can help you with. Yeah.
Alright, well. Can we rest before we decide where we're going? We
I think that's a good
had
idea.
a battle, saw a lot of dead people, grabbed supplies, came on a ship that now apparently going places, and thankfully William's here to help.
And you need to sober up.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was kind of a
When you say that, William just goes...
Alright!
William's laugh is my favorite.
Yes. Oh, that would be good.
William says, yeah, I didn't get much sleep in that barrel. I could probably use a bed rest.
William, you've been through so much. Okay, I guess we should all take a rest. Dietrich, do you want to go to
Dietrich has
bed?
missed all of this.
Dietrich, we found a man in a barrel.
Oh, that's not encouraging.
So the anchor has dropped.
William climbs up to see you.
Oh.
So just while your eyes are closed, William just comes up and you feel like a little finger at like your like thigh level, just like poking you repeatedly.
You're a new face. Rune, are you disguising yourself?
Yes. I'm not that gnome down there.
Oh,
I get that a lot though.
I didn't mean.
I'm not a gnome.
No,
Not a dwarf.
no.
I'm just a human. I'm a short human.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just thought that Rune has this great ability. Do you know her?
I just met her, yeah.
Who are you?
I'm William. And he extends his hand. Doesn't look clean anymore. And he goes, oh. Well, he raises it back up.
Dietrich.
Anyway, I came up here. Your friends are looking for you.
Oh, I guess I was kind of lost in the moment.
It can be hypnotizing up here, I know.
Yeah, it's quite nice up here. I miss heights.
That's a weird thing to say. Let's go. He climbs down.
Sure.
Elena has fully gone into the the captain's quarters, and like put down a blanket and a pillow and just lay down. She did not even expect anything. She's like, "There's a nice bed. It's
Okay.
quiet in here. I'm gonna sleep because I need to."
Okay. So you're asleep.
I'm awake
you
now.
were okay.
I was asleep, but I can rest.
William heads down. He climbs into one of the beds in the bunk area.
See barrel again. I was like, really?
Oh no.
He climbs into the barrel. He feels comfortable in there.
He does. No, he doesn't. He doesn't like
That's
that barrel. Yeah, so he climbed into one of the bunks.
Everyone's just leaving for. Are we setting up a watch?
Yeah, no, of course.
I can watch.
I took a half-hour nap so I can watch if I need to. I just also need to rest.
Grant catches Dietrich up on everything that's gone on so far with William.
I'm so sorry that I was not there for everything.
No, that's okay. You seem to be, having fun up there or enjoying yourself. You looked peaceful, so that was good. But yeah, so I guess now we have a plan, but we're gonna sleep first. I don't really feel great about sleeping first, but, I mean, we do have to sleep first because we need to get our strength up if we're gonna do this.
You know what I think Dolora would say to you? You have to be in your best shape so that you can help others.
Gria's eyes are shining. She's like, yeah, that's true. The goddess would want us to rest. You're right. And after you say that, she immediately conks out.
So you're staying on watch, you said?
Yeah, I'll stay on.
Cool. You sleeping?
I'm gonna go sleep. Yeah.
Okay. You laying down still?
If you feel confident that you can do the watch, I'll...
Do you trust me?
William shows you before he goes to bed when you're on watch, there is a bell that you can ring if you ever see anything. Like, is a very loud, can wake it, unless they're in like a deep sleep, can wake most of the people up.
I just kind of like, I don't go down to the lower deck, I just kind of like, where are you hanging out? Are you going back up to the crow's nest, or are you?
I was thinking about it, but I feel like maybe my head's in the clouds when I'm up there, so maybe I should.
Literally.
So, don't let Dietrich be on watch.
Do you think you can watch well enough from this upper deck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could go up there and be real alert, I promise.
No, I think, you know what? If you stay here, I'll stay here too, but I'm just gonna... I just kind of like curl up on the ground and like sleep on my own arm.
Dietrich kicks off his pirate hat and like rolls it a little and like sticks it under her head.
Okay,
Is this
so
just a short
everyone, it's up to you how long you want to sleep.
As long as we can safely.
Safely from where you are, I can tell you, William would have explained. I mean, obviously, you don't fully know because the undead pirates came before, but he said this is probably the safest place to be rather than, like, going out there and then resting.
So like a good long rest would be nice.
Okay. So everyone has a long rest. Those of you in a bunk, before you fall asleep, when William is laying there, you hear him, like, whimpering and kind of crying himself to sleep. And so you all get a long rest. You guys, you don't see anything. No matter how you switch out the rests, nothing comes for you. It's a clear night. Nothing happens. You all get your long rest.
I'm gonna only take 4 hours.
Cool, yeah.
And I'll let Dietrich.
Okay. Yeah, so you get a long rest as well. Aleda, when you wake up, you are hungover.
I don't know. Can I roll for it? Can I see?
No, you're hungover.
No, fine.
You were drinking so much.
I don't really high constitution. I'm just buffed up guy.
Constant.
Hangover's not that bad. It's only gonna last half the day. You're just going to have disadvantage on like any like perception or something like that. Just because your vision is a little blurry and shit. You're sensitive to the light. And then you're very vulnerable to like thunder damage because it's so loud.
Aleda's gonna put on her pirate hat and put it on real low.
Okay.
And then she's gonna go make breakfast because she feels like getting some food into her is probably what
Definitely need some greasy breakfast. Okay. What do you guys want to do? It's a new day.
I want to fatten William up. Feed William.
William, he's got a dad bod. Like
I know, but he's been starving in a barrel for 3 days. Kelly, you're so sad.
Sure. I mean, he'll eat whatever you give him. He'll gladly
Don't
eat
give
it.
him any more alcohol.
I think we should set sail for the nearest island.
Cool. Okay, so.
Tell me what I have to do and I will do it.
Same.
All right. So William comes up. He kind of is showing you guys the general, like, how things work.
Rune's just sort of sketching a little bit.
After he shows you and everyone's kind of standing around, he says, "So the last thing we need to decide, who's the captain of this ship?"
Well, Rune, you're the first one to put on a big old pirate hat.
Yeah, sure. I'll be the captain of the ship. That's cool.
Okay.
I will listen. I don't
the highest
want
survival
to. I don't
scores?
want to offend you, but like as someone kind of your stature, I will say it is hard to steer the ship.
Rune.
Oh, I have to steer the ship.
Yeah,
Like I have to hold on.
captain
to the...
drives. Otherwise, it's really just like a title.
I also just want to say she's a child. Like is
Yeah,
There
I was
have
gonna
been
say,
child captains.
There have been.
You couldn't move the wheel earlier. So
No, I just thought it was a title. I thought it meant that I could delegate.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then maybe Keladir should be the captain. I mean, you're great at giving direction.
And you're very tall.
I am actually a captain.
Well, there you go. This is the job you were
Why
meant
were you holding back that information?
Never heard of a ship.
William runs downstairs as quick as his little feet can take him, and like you hear him like he's as
Did you see, like-
small as he is. He's got real heavy footsteps. Like he's just like
a dad
jumping. So it's like really fast, heavy footsteps, and then he comes running back up, and he is holding his old captain's hat,
Oh, do I have?
and
I have
he
to-
hands it to you.
I have to wear it. Oh. He's gonna take it to be nice,
The old captain left his hat behind.
but he doesn't put it on. He's just holding it.
William just stares at you.
Oh no. Thank you, William.
Put it on.
Just gonna reluctantly.
Graham minds, put it on your head.
He's gonna put it on his head.
William's ears, eyes start to water again, and he just kind of smiles.
Oh, William. Okay.
Caladia, you look so great.
He's so uncomfortable.
I have made eggs and apple slices and brown bread for everyone.
William runs again.
Thank you, Elena.
I have bread and apple slices.
Okay, so Captain.
Oh my goodness.
So you can all decide as a crew which path you want to take, but you have to roll to see.
Okay.
Nuriday is the nearest island.
Here it is, the nearest island. No provisions anywhere available for us. I've never been so unprepared for an expedition in my life.
You've done many.
Yes. Not like this. This is very outside of my skill and knowledge range. Is that what we're doing? We're staying till another day? Another day?
Another day. Cool. So roll.
This is just the first time. Like, if it feels uncomfortable later on, we can.
So
we can
this
change
one,
things.
when you get more experience, like I said, you're gonna have advantage on rolls. Since this is your first ever voyage, you have a disadvantage.
I
on
have a
this roll.
disadvantage! Oh.
What do first mates do?
They're just basically like co-captain. Like,
Can I learn how to be a first mate?
yeah.
That's Williams.
Yeah, that's Williams.
Rude.
I thought he wasn't before.
No, I made him the first. I dubbed him.
Oh, we
the
appointed him?
first
I
mate.
didn't know, I'm sorry.
He,
He was sleeping.
he overhears you, but acts like he doesn't, and just like puts his head down and goes to bring the anchor up.
I give him extra eggs.
Oh, it's okay. William,
I just
she's a
wanted to-
child.
I just wanted
We can
to
let her
learn.
go. Oh, whose accent was it? I'm so sorry. Why is it-
William, here, you should need
Why
to
is
eat
everyone
up
so mad at me?
for
I
a
just
big
wanted
day.
to learn.
We're not mad at you.
No, we're not. It's just.
And
no.
I think it's a great idea to have William teach you.
Yeah. William should teach everyone. That's fine because we're gonna need to be able to know how to read maps and stuff. William probably shouldn't be the only one who knows how to read maps and
You found
steer
the
the
map?
boat.
I think you should be taught how to read the map.
I figured it out pretty well.
Officially.
But like
In
with
official
boat
context.
navigation.
Whatever. It's fine. It's cool. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, Captain.
Oh, I'm scared. With disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, it's alright. It's alright. It's less on. Oh, okay.
What am I rolling?
That's it.
It's just a straight roll.
Yeah.
Oh
So
with the
10.
rolls.
no. 10 and 15. But it's a 10
Could be
because
worse.
it's disadvantage.
Okay, so choose your path in squares
In
of how you're
squares.
gonna get there.
And we're where?
You're like,
Where
we'll start you like here.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask William, is there somewhere we should be aiming for? Where's the best place to make port?
From what I know of the island, we're like straight away to like kind of a beach that's on there. It's not really a beach, but it's the lowest point attached to the water.
Oh, do we have a rowboat on this boat? Oh my god, we're just gonna use Alita again. Okay, alright, we're just gonna sail like due north.
Just gonna go totally straight.
Yeah,
So he's pointing
gonna aim
to,
for
like,
this.
here.
Oh,
The little
here.
peninsula?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to the peninsula then.
Okay, so what squares do you want to take?
Straight and then we'll just go over. But like, yeah. Ooh, shit.
Okay.
Gosh.
What does it mean?
That was stressful.
What does the K mean?
Cat. K what? K what?
It means something's happening.
Use an honor sailing if you will. For an hour.
I would
It's
just
been
like
an
to
honor serving you,
mention
Captain.
Alright.
Everyone should know that from eating up to 6 servings, so there's a serving for everyone, including William, everyone will be able to regain an additional hit die at the end of our next long rest, including and then you have the advantage on Constitution saving rolls, and then you also can have 1 d4 hit points extra, which we don't need. But I'm just saying, advantage against Constitution saving.
Oh, cool. I'm scared.
Alright. So you set sail. What are you doing while you sail?
Dietrich would probably be in the crow's nest
Okay.
because he's found it comfortable.
I'm talking to William.
Okay, he's kind of like showing you
Yeah.
around, telling
So-
you kind of what a first mate does.
Yeah.
Starting your first mate training?
I'm starting first mate training. I'm gonna be
You can
such a
tell
good first mate.
William doesn't really know because he's never had that job, but like everything he's telling you is based on what he observed from the first mate of his crew.
Cool. Oh, sorry. Were you?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I just want. Who has the lowest hit points? Like max hit points?
My max is 40.
You do.
Oh.
Dietrich's also going to be like more focused this time.
He's actually looking?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's actually
So you can roll.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. No, I was gonna cast. Because I'm gonna cast 8 on people. So it
How long does it last? Should you wait until battle?
it's 8 hours.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So who was the 3 people with the lowest hit points? I guess besides me.
You, Aleda, and Rune.
I don't know if I can cast it on myself.
If not you, then the next one in line is Dietrich.
Okay. So let me
Or
try
maybe
and
William.
cast
Do
it
I
on
have?
myself. So I'm
I
gonna
don't know
say-
if I have stats ready for William. I don't have to. Oh yes, I do.
Oh yeah, no, I'll cast all 3 on William. I'll actually just use all 3. I love William.
He's
I
going
would
to
die.
hide.
I would die for him.
You might die.
You might still die for William.
William does not need your help.
Oh. Okay. William.
Okay.
Okay, so I cast it on me. You said me, Aleda, and
And Rune.
Rune.
Yes.
Okay.
What happens?
Okay, I want to see. Do I have to touch? Or I'll let you know. Do I have to let you know that I cast it? Bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Your max hit points and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration.
Okay, cool.
And the duration is the next 8 hours.
Okay, great. I've probably cleaned up and done dishes after breakfast, and I'm trying to familiarize myself with the ship because I'm like, I do know some things about ships. This one's just a lot bigger than what I'm used to.
Now I will explain ship battles
I don't want to be a captain.
because you, as captain, control the Lady Luck. So
does
you
happen?
can.
The Lady Chink.
Yes.
Lady
I'll
Jane.
correct you.
Okay, so you have actions to do if you are just battling a ship.
Okay.
And
write this
then, obviously, if things on that ship come on board, you don't have a lot of actions to do of the ship. You just have, like, disengage the wheel and
Just try
you
not
are
to
in
die.
battle.
Alright, I feel you.
So, you can do cannons. Cannons, you have a 60-foot range.
Okay.
I will also, when I'm done this, give you the Lady Luck stats.
Do I roll for
So you
cannons? Me roll?
So when you are captain in a ship battle,
Yeah.
your turn is these stats, like these
Okay.
attacks.
I got you.
So this is kind of to let all of you know because you can also yell out to Keladir what you think should be done based on what you're seeing. So you have cannons, 60-foot range, plus 10 to hit. and cannons can be fired from either side of the ship. So if you're facing directly at it, your cannons can't fire at it. So you have to turn your ship it is on either side of you. Oh, there is one up front.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can shoot from the front. You can't shoot from the back, though.
Okay.
Oh,
And
what about this
somebody-
cannon here?
I assume that if we're basing it off of the cannon on this ship, that someone would have to be above deck to shoot that one, and the other ones are below deck.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Below deck
however
has-
many people you have below deck, so like say 3 of you are below deck, you can shoot 3 cannon. I believe there's 3 on the side there, right?
Yeah.
You can shoot all 3. If you only have 1 person below deck, you can only shoot 1 cannon.
Is there a way for me to hear from below deck with
The bell,
sound?
like you can hear the
Okay.
bell all throughout the ship.
And I just know it means an emergency.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might not right now know that means like get to a cannon,
I don't know that.
but you can also, if you are close, you can ram the ship.
How close?
That has. We'll go by its speed. So like, when we get into battle, this isn't the actual size.
Yeah.
The ship is going to take up 1
One
square.
square.
It'll be like a normal battle. So it will have a speed of 30, just like a regular thing. So if you're within 30, your movement can be used to go right towards the other ship and ram it. So that is a plus 10 to hit. The damages it does is 10d10 plus 20. The hit points that Lady Shank has is 500. So yeah, if you ram, you can possibly destroy the other ship. You roll a DC, strength, it's DC 15.
Oh, okay.
On a failed save, you take that full damage. On a successful save, you take half that damage.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Scary. I don't want to ram nobody.
That attack will not work if you are directly beside, like if they're like right here,
Yeah.
you can't
It's something
turn
you have
sharp
to, like-
enough to.
Okay.
Sorry, what was the damage of the cannons?
The cannons, 5d10 plus 5.
Do we know how many hit points Lady Shank has?
500.
500? Okay. Steady girl.
Okay. I can shoot my cannons. I can ram. What else I can do?
Don't kill my son.
So that's it for like attacks.
Yeah.
You can, for a reaction, once per round, if you are attacked by the ships or ram attack, you can roll a DC 20 dex save. And that is you turning the ship like super sharp to miss
used
it.
to be this loud.
So on a save, their attack misses.
Okay.
And then I'll just hand this over after you wrote that all down. You just get this. Okay, so you guys head to the first island, and everything is going pretty well. You sail for probably about 3 hours or so. Nothing's going on. Smooth sailing. Skies are clear. Water's fine. So everything is going really well. And then I'm just going to get Dietrich. You are in the crow's nest, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to get you to do a perception check. A 1?
No.
Yep. So, skies are clear and the water is fine.
Oh my
Tell us what
goodness.
that cloud looks like, Dietrich.
Guys, this cloud, it looks like... Have you guys ever seen a hippopotamus on a summer's day in a pile of mud? It looks like a pile of mud.
Also, who's he talking to? Because he's like in the crow's nest. No one's up there.
You're the one that asked me what the cloud looks like.
It's got Cora, not late.
Keep talking amongst yourselves.
Yes, this beautiful...
I can't really hear you. What did you say?
What?
What?
Aleda hears none of this. She's downstairs cleaning deck.
So while you are yelling about the clouds and all of you are just going about your day, a cannonball smashes into the ship
No.
and deals
What part?
14 damage. And that is where we're going to end things this week. Join us next week for our first ever sea battle of this campaign. Thanks for listening, everybody, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want a chance at our dice giveaway once we hit 100 subscribers. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Bye.